In Japan, the 88th birthday is called Beiju. Bei means 88 and is also the kanji for rice, which symbolizes purity and goodness. Ju means celebration. Thank you for coming to Kenji's 88th birthday purity and goodness celebration. My grandparents Haruno and Katsushi were born in the Nagoya region of Japan. My grandfather came to the United States in 1916 to help run the Nippon Company in San Francisco, and my grandmother followed him a few years later. They lived in Alameda. My uncle Shig was born in 1922, and my father was born in 1924. My aunt Mari was born in 1933. In the 1920s, a lot of Japanese immigrants lived in Alameda, and they formed a tightly knit community. One day, my father's friend Roy invited him over to his house to see his newly born twin sisters. Roy would eventually become my uncle, and his sisters became my mother and my Aunt Grace. People sometimes ask my parents how long they've known each other. My father will always laugh and say he has known my mother her entire life. After Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, the Tomitas had to move to Tanforan in April 1942, and then to the internment camps at Topaz, Utah in September. My mother's family was sent to Heart Mountain, Wyoming. My father had graduated from high school, so rather than staying at Topaz, he went to the University of Cincinnati in 1942. By 1944, the U.S. government no longer considered Japanese Americans to be enemy aliens, so he returned to Topaz to be with his family until he was drafted. My father was called for active duty on January 1945, and he attended basic training for the Armored Division at Fort Knox. Before completing his training, Germany surrendered. My father was then sent to the Military Intelligence Services Language School at Fort Snelling, Minnesota. After the war ended against Japan, my father went to Tokyo to translate for the U.S. Army. My father returned to the Bay Area and resumed his education at UC Berkeley. He received his degree in business administration with honors. He married my mother in 1957. My parents enjoyed traveling around California with their friends. My father started his career with the Public Utilities Commission, and my mother worked for Dow Chemicals. I was born in 1963, and my sister Donna was born in 1968. My father has always been a family man. We went to Lake Tahoe every year. In the summer, we would go to the lake and raft down the Truckee River. In the winter, we would ski. We also took vacations across the U.S., Canada, and Japan. My sister and I were both on the Lucas Valley Waterlog swim team. My father attended every meet and was the head timer. We would also visit my grandmother every Sunday and attend various family events. After working for the Public Utilities Commission for 37 years, my father retired in 1992. After my father retired, my parents were able to travel and spend more time with their family and friends. My father particularly enjoyed visiting their niece Pat and her husband Corrado in Italy. My parents also enjoyed playing golf with their friends. My father is the only person I know who has hit a hole-in-one. After retiring, my father volunteered delivering Meals on Wheels for the Japanese American Services of East Bay. My niece Rhea was born in 1993, and her sister Rena was born in 1995. My father has always loved taking care of his granddaughters. In 2007, we celebrated my parents' 50th wedding anniversary with a cruise to Alaska. In 2008, our entire family was able to celebrate my own wedding to Patty Lee. Earlier this year, my father received the Congressional Gold Medal, and the event was reported by KTVU News.
New at 10, a long overdue honor for 150 Japanese Americans during an emotional ceremony in San Jose this evening. KTVU's Lloyd LaQuesta is here now and tells us they all received the Congressional Gold Medal, which is the highest civilian award in the United States. Lloyd?
Frank, I'm at the San Jose War Memorial, which honors the military of this country. Tonight, some very special veterans of World War II were finally given their just recognition. They read their names one by one, Japanese-American veterans who fought in World War II. And now, 70 years later, they were each given Congressional Gold Medals.
I didn't expect this.
I feel real proud, that I can be part of it.
These men served in the 100th Infantry, the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, and the Military Intelligence Service, the most decorated military units in American history. More than 4,000 Japanese Americans served, fought, and died for their country, while many of their families were incarcerated in internment camps.
We were deprived of our rights, and we were forcibly put there without a trial or being accused of anything wrong.
I think they should have done more to the parents that were left behind the camp. But as far as for myself, I have nothing to be mad about. I did my duty, what I'm told to do, and that was it.
150 from the Bay Area were honored tonight. More than half were represented by widows or surviving family members. San Jose Congressman Mike Honda presented a gold medal to his mother on behalf of his late father.
It's priceless. And it's great for the families here. It's a great end of a long journey for them.
We were in this war for one thing, to prove our loyalty.
They pay tribute to those who couldn't be here tonight, and for those who remain living symbols of American heroes, a grateful nation finally says, thank you. Live in San Jose, Lloyd LaQuesta, KTVU Channel 2 News.
Happy Beiju, Kenji. We look forward to celebrating your Sotsuju in 2014 and Kakuju in 2023.
In internment camps.
We were deprived of our rights, and we were forcibly put there without a trial or being accused of anything wrong.
I think they should have done more to the parents that were left behind the camp. But as far as for myself, I have nothing to be mad about. I did my duty, what I'm told to do, and that was it.
150 from the Bay Area were honored tonight. More than half were represented by widows or surviving family members. San Jose Congressman Mike Honda presented a gold medal to his mother on behalf of his late father.
It's priceless. And it's great for the families here. It's a great end of a long journey for them.
We were in this
in internment camps.
We were deprived of our rights, and we were forcibly put there without a trial or being accused of anything wrong.
I think they should have done more to the parents that were left behind the camp. But as far as for myself, I have nothing to be mad about. I did my duty, what I'm told to do, and that was it.
150 from the Bay Area were honored tonight. More than half were represented by widows or surviving family members. San Jose Congressman Mike Honda presented a gold medal to his mother on behalf of his late father.
It's priceless. And it's great for the families here. It's a great end of a long journey for them.
We were in this